Okay, so today I wanted to show you a new technique, a new technique that I found that's called the napkin technique. And I did this page using that technique. And this is actually part of a napkin that I have cut out and put in here on this page using clear gesso. And if you look really closely, you can see where it says, as she gives birth, where it's covered up, but you can still kind of read through it. Now, it's not going to be able to be read real well, but I was pretty careful. I made sure that it didn't cover up too many words, and the ones that it did, you can pretty well see. There is a trick to that. You have to make sure that the napkin gets good and wet with the gesso. This I just wrote with markers up here afterwards. But I want to show you kind of how to do this napkin technique. So I'm going to set this up over here. Move my Bible out of the way. Okay, so I have just a sheet right here that I have photocopied out of my Bible. And then I have some gesso on a plate, and I've got my little card, a little just gift card thing that I use all the time. And then I have these really cute napkins that I found at Dollar Tree. They have all kinds at Dollar Tree. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out the design that I want. So I'm going to cut out these little teacups that are on this part of this napkin. Now you really only need like one little part of it, so you may not even need the whole picture. I'm just going to quickly cut this out. I'm not going to be real exact, so don't judge me on my cutting skills. We're just going to kind of cut it out so you can get the idea. But if you just wanted like one of the little flowers at the top or something like that, you could even do that. Let's see if I can get all the way around it. Okay, and once you get it cut out, you're going to take that napkin and take apart the layers. You just want the top printed layer. Okay, so this one I think is a 2-ply napkin. So I've got it kind of cut out. I didn't, like I said, I wasn't really exact like through here, through all this. So I'm just going to leave it like that. So the layers, you can see right here how easily the layers come apart. So I need to get rid of this piece. So that one goes away. So you just have this real thin layer of the design. And I'm just going to put this on my page. So I want to kind of just measure it. You probably want to lay it out and just make sure that it fits your page where you want it, or whatever, and adjusting anywhere that it doesn't work. And then you're going to gesso. Now, usually with gesso, we need a really thin layer. This you need quite a bit, not a ton, but you need to get the napkin wet. Because if the napkin doesn't get completely kind of soaked through, then it'll lift up. And then what I do is I wipe off the extra just on the back of my napkin. I don't spread it all out. I just wipe it off. Okay, so I'm just going to lay my napkin down where I put that gesso. Like that. Kind of patting it all out. And then I'm going to pick up some more gesso and just really make sure this is on. This is kind of like Mod Podging. Except for Mod Podge, sometimes for me, now it may work perfectly for you, I don't know, but sometimes for me it doesn't dry perfectly clear. Or it leaves kind of this lumpy, I don't know, goopy glue kind of area. So this is kind of what you're doing with this. Now, don't scrape too much because it is a paper napkin and it will tear, especially if you don't have very much of the gesso on your card. And you might, as it dries, you'll see some places that look too dry and flaky, and you might have to go back over it. But once you've got that done, you just let that dry. And if you want to take a hairdryer to it, you can take a hairdryer to it, but suddenly you have art on your page, and it'll dry perfectly clear with that gesso. And that's all I did on this page over here with this one. That's all I did with this one. Let me see if I can show you. So that's all I did with this one is I took the flower on the napkin, cut it out, and glued it down. And then once it was good and dry, then I went back and wrote the words on there and everything. So that was pretty much it. Hope you enjoy that one.